at the end of the day. You got CWL Anaheim coming up shortly. Shortly after that, you got the Stage 2 playoffs, and then it's COD Champs, baby. Luminosity, Tainted Minds as we count down. Paradox, of course, in the back will be guiding us through all this beautiful gameplay. Revan will be joining myself to bring you all the entertainment too. Let's stay on board with Formal. Why not? He's running his infantry hunker. There are 4 attachments. Let's see what he can do straight off the bat.
Yep, obviously this is the position you want your assault rifle player to set up for this first hardpoint. Unfortunately, he's going to get cut down from the side. It's going to be Slack here to follow it up, and it's a good start for Tainted Minds. They should be able to pinch on into the hardpoint, but wait, JCap's here. He's set up. There's the trade finally from Damage, but coming around the back, it's John through the gate cut. He finds one, can't pick up the second, as it's just a flurry of Luminosity players trying to surge on forward, while Tainted Minds are looking to set up, and they're looking to maintain their current position on the map.
Well, first 10 points do go to Tainted Minds, but again, the statue, usually back and forth. We've just seen London Docks hardpoint with, obviously, Mind Freak before, and we saw how perfectly it could be held. And so far, so good for Tainted Minds. However, look at number 2. It's none other than Formal. He gets the spawner useless there, and he'll be looking to hold the backside of the map here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work ahead of him. You see Nimble as well as Damage through the X-ray vision. He's able to spot one, but he gets cleaned by Nimble shortly after. And look, coming into this match, you know what? I don't feel like there's any pressure on this Tainted Minds lineup. They really have nothing to lose. There's not a whole lot of expectations for them coming into the entire division. So a lot of the pressure put on this Luminosity lineup, and specifically Spotlight is on Formal. How can the new guy perform in this new roster?
I couldn't agree more. There's no pressure for Tainted Minds. I think you put a poll out there on social media, and maybe, you know, you look at the result. A large majority is going to go with a 3-0 Luminosity. That large majority includes myself. I'm not sure about Revan. Obviously, I don't want to speak for himself, but if Tainted Minds do come out, you know, steal map 1 or maybe 2, it'll be interesting. It'll make that series ever so sweet, if you like. And look at the kill feed. Nimble, Damage, Swift Azores putting up kills. You've got Swift Azores 6 and 3, 8 and 4 for Nimble, neutral for Damage, and Swifty only in -1. So to kick things off, slaying slightly in favor of Tainted Minds.
Yeah, but the thing is, can they continue to play at this pace throughout the entire map? Obviously, Swift Azores just went on a big spree. Now it's going to be Nimble here to follow it up as they're looking to set up and try to break the Luminosity setup at the Docks Warehouse hardpoint. And also keep in mind, it's so early on in the game. LG, they're only down by 40 points. They could lock this one down realistically for a full 60 points. So there's certainly opportunities here for them to climb back into the game. But coming around the flank, we got Swifty. He's quickly cleaned up. Luminosity break back into the hardpoint. They're looking to reestablish their setup. As you see, the spawns are a bit staggered here for Tainted Minds. It's going to be kind of like a 2v4 here for the time being inside the hardpoint.
Yeah, the points are contested at this current time as John flings himself around the corner and finds himself a double. Make it a triple, John. He was the star of the show yesterday as Formal's going to clean up number 4 there. And Luminosity may be able to tie the map up, should I say, 64 apiece at the end of this one. But we're thinking of barrel building. Before, it was E United who really dominated the barrel build in the spawns. So far, Tainted Minds, they have a perfect setup here. How do Luminosity go about breaking this? They're obviously going to go for Swift Azores to start things off. One place spawning out, Revan. They've got that glide bomb and Slacked. He's continuing to push for maybe that mortar and the fighter pilot too. Not going to happen, though.
Yep, unfortunately, he won't be able to earn those Tier 2 and Tier 3 score streaks, but how now do Luminosity approach breaking this hardpoint? You see they're spawning up near that back useless building, and off the spawn here, it seems a bit intuitive, right, that you want to push down the main street, but it's actually going to hurt you, I feel like, in the long run, unless you're able to push right through Cole, like JCap has been able to do. I want to see teams start to wrap around, even though it takes, you know, a couple extra seconds, fight from the water side of the map, try to get position at the statue side stairs, and then flood in from side beer, front beer at the same time, and try to pinch on into the hardpoint.
Oh, Swift Azores does find a double as well, nearly a triple, but Tainted Minds retaining this pace that they're playing at here, and it's actually going to be the last 17 seconds going in favor of them. Luminosity, yes, will have the crane, but Tainted Minds, they're going to be the first to break 100.
Yeah, and these are big kills for Swift Azores to get. He's able to find 2, but it's going to open up room and open up lanes now for his teammates to push on through and coming around the flank. You got Swifty here working alongside his teammate Nimble. Nimble, obviously the star player for this Tainted Minds lineup. As he pushes forward, he gets cut down by JCap. It looks like Luminosity will be able to hold on to their setup and transition as a new hardpoint pops up. So it's going to be up to Tainted Minds to set up and look to break.
So far, so good for the Apex squad of Tainted Minds. I'm really impressed from what I'm seeing, especially Swift Azores with that bar. Swifty, similar names, but different playstyles here. He's finding a double himself. He's going to go down, and still a battle for this Crane Hill. We are going to see John jump back in it. But overall, we're seeing a very, very Slay-heavy squad from Tainted Minds. This is great to see, Revan.
Absolutely, and they've done a great job of just denying time that Luminosity were able to get. And usually when we talk about this green hardpoint, it's all about fire control. When you're able to force the team to spawn out near your back useless, maintaining control of fire allows you to set up a crossfire, and you could pepper in shots in them as they're trying to rotate back off respawn. But Tainted Minds, they're able to spawn out near the water side of the map. Formal does get taken out. Now it's JCap here to respond to the information gained. And once again, this is a rotation won by Tainted Minds, but Luminosity, they're still well in this game, only down by 11 points.
Yeah, rotation done of all hard points now. We're back to the statue, and Tainted Minds, they have a small lead. Formal, 9-14, not what you want to see, but
Look at Slack, though.
Slack is starting to heat up as well. 16-10, he's got 55 seconds on the hill. The most of his squad, most of anyone in the lobby, actually.
Yeah, also John is getting a lot of interactions in this game right now. Currently at 37, make it 39 there as he gets a kill and a death. So he's getting a lot of interactions. Maybe some of them just aren't going his way, but still, you like to see him playing at that fast, aggressive pace. And Slack, he's always been that type of explosive player. You never know when he's going to flip a switch and turn things around. But with 20 seconds now remaining on this statue hardpoint, you have to think ahead. This rotation towards this upcoming main road. You see Luminosity, they have the setup that you want, right? You got the back control. Now you're looking to flood in through lights. If you could take control of Cole here as the new hardpoint pops up, every kill you get, you would spawn Tainted Minds out further away from the hardpoint near that back left-hand side of the map.
Yeah, it's Slacked. It's just double after double. And ironically, he's double positive. 4-kill streak for him. He's got over a minute in the hill, and he really is keeping Luminosity in this game right now. All tied up at 1-2-3 apiece. Luminosity will start to take the lead here. Next couple of kills are crucial. As Tainted Minds, they're going to find a couple themselves. Swifty finds one before falling. Nimble's going to go down to JCap here. Damage still in the mix, but Luminosity, they have prime position. 40 seconds still left on this main street, and Luminosity looking favorable to take it all.
Yeah, but you figure if Slack is not picking up these kills and getting all this time inside the hardpoint, this would be a huge lead for Tainted Minds, and I feel like they'd be running away with this game. So I agree with your sentiment. Slack is the only thing keeping Luminosity in this game right now. You have Formal 12-18. John, he's negative as well. Not a lot of time in the hill, but Tainted Minds, they're still hanging with Luminosity. It's just a slight lead, and now this rotation is going to be huge. You see Luminosity, they spawn out, they give up the remaining scrap time, but it's only a total of like 15 seconds. Not a huge impact on this game. They invest that 15 seconds. They invest it in a setup for this upcoming hardpoint as they look to lock down the full 60.
Okay, so taking a breather here. Luminosity, they've got a great setup. How are Tainted Minds going to go about breaking in? Slacked, another kill. 25-14, a minute 22 in the hill and counting. He is still in there. He's going to be taken out by the grenade now. This is where we see the collapse of all the players coming in for Tainted Minds. Shaky shots from JCap. John just shut down Swifty, and now this is where the kills really matter, and it's John once again alongside Formal putting Tainted Minds to bed.
But wait, it looks like Swifty might be able to sneak on through. Could find some kills inside the hardpoint if he decides to turn the corner, take out Formal. The opportunity's there. Yep, might catch him sprinting. Formal with the re-challenge, but John is there to give his teammates some protection. Now Luminosity, they're going to flood right around the back. We know that the upcoming hardpoint is in this beer barrel right here. If you could take control of the back, you'd have the spawn to your control, but damage. He's able to find 3, but it's just not enough. The 4th player there for Luminosity gets the trade kill. His teammates are there to follow up. And now they have the spawns, and they have early positioning for the new hardpoint.
That's really unfortunate for Tainted Minds. They find the 3, that coming from damage. Everything goes down, and LG get those spawns. And yes, rightfully so. Due to the timings of the kills, that's the way that it had to be. But LG, I feel, got a little bit lucky there as they didn't win the gunfights, but they are going to get the spawns here. 3 players go down. Still, Tainted Minds putting the pressure on. Formal's going to spawn out. So is Swift Azor. Still, these kills so crucial. And it's Cap and Slacked here. Coming up clutch once again. Slacked, so far, he's been amazing.
Yeah, so far he's done just about everything. Cap now starting to go positive for Luminosity. You love to see that. But on the side of Tainted Minds, Swift Azor is really starting to slow down in this game. He had an explosive start with that bar in hand, but just unable to find the kills that he did in the beginning of the game has now allowed Luminosity to build this 70-point lead and growing as they have an opportunity to close out this map 1 on the upcoming Crane hardpoint.
10 seconds left. Barrel building. Still being contested heavily. We're seeing Swift Azors just at the edge of the hardpoint trying to contest it. He's going to find a double as well, and maybe the capture points, but Slack's going to deny him once more. So we go over to the Crane. Tainted Minds are in control. John just being a nuisance. 29-32. The interaction level is incredible, but he currently stands a little bit negative. But that PPSH in hand is difficult sometimes. Prime example of winning gunfights like that.
Yeah, as long as you're, around that 1 KD mark, you're fine if you're playing the role that John's playing on the map. He's there to bring aggression to the table and put pressure onto the opposing team, and just winning half of your engagements is fine by my books. But now it's Luminosity trying to set up the break. Formal's able to find 2. One more player to get past. That's Swifty, but coming around the back, you got J-Captain. Swiftazor working alongside some of his teammates. He finds 2. It's a clean hold for Tainted Minds as they're looking to claw and climb their way back in this game.
Funny, this is kind of the scoreline that Mindfreak found themselves at. Even worse, actually, going into the statue here. Can Tainted Minds do even better? They've still got 7 seconds left. However, you look towards this statue, and this is where LG have really been kind of, the slaying side of the squad has kind of come out and shown when it comes to this statue. Cap, Slacked, and John combined for 4. They're going to get the start and the initial of the statue. A couple of kills go their favor, and this game is over. Yeah,
that was an impressive gunfight win from John, just jumping out of that top gate box and just rips Nimble out of beer as he was set up working towards some streaks. But yeah, Momo, you called it. This game, it's just about over. Only 3 more points here for Luminosity to close out map number 1. And there's that final tick. It was a pretty slow start for Luminosity, all things considered, but thanks to a heroic performance from Slacked, John and JCap also heat up towards the tail end of the game. They're able to build the lead that winds up winning them the game. Luminosity now up 1-0.
Yeah, and again, kind of before the series started, I said the 2 players I want to see more from is Slacked and Formal. Slacked performed fantastically, amazingly there. Maybe Formal's going to come out and shine in the search and destroy. But a W is a W. They pick up the victory on the map of course on Hardpoint London Docks. That's going to be over Tainted Minds. We'll be going into search and destroy next. LG will be looking for that hot 3-0. But apart from that, Revan, thoughts on map 1 in general? Do you think that was maybe a little bit, more or a little bit closer than you thought it would be?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think Luminosity were the heavy favorites coming into this matchup. And keep in mind, if you don't get that performance from Slacked, especially early on in the game while you had Swiftazor slaying with the bar and, things were coming together for Tainted Minds, if Slacked doesn't have that type of performance and if he can't keep up to the pace of Tainted Minds early on, I think that they just build a lead and perhaps run away with that game. So it's really Slacked in the early game, then his teammates helped out in the mid to late game. But you heard me talking about it, coming to this matchup. Luminosity and their search and destroy. It's not a game that they've practiced a whole lot, but one that as they get more experience on, they'll get a little bit better. It's going to be Valkyrie Search. Let's see what they have in store for us.
Well, Tainted Minds played Mindfreak yesterday on this, and they look really, really good. Myself and Mert casted that one for the last game of the day. So I'm excited to see Tainted Minds come into the Search and Destroy and potentially shows what they did yesterday. I think it was like 6-2, maybe 6-3 victory over Mindfreak. LG, though, different squad. A new squad, of course, you pointed out the Search and Destroy hasn't been practiced as much, so will they be able to kind of, just go off the basis of the trio almost and hope Formal just slips on in there? They'll be looking for the hot 3-0 and the Search and Destroy, obviously a key factor of that. I think these guys have, of course, a lot to say, by all means. Before the match, we did catch up with a couple of the players. I believe Jess has a bit of an insight into what they said.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah, I actually did get a chance to catch up with JCap, and he said that Luminosity were feeling really good going into the series, adding that they clutched up yesterday, and he said they're just going to use that momentum to carry them through this next match and indeed through the rest of this stage of the Pro League. And so far, it looks like they are on track to do that, but I guess we'll find out what happens. Casters, back over to you.
Thank you very much, Jess, and always good to get an insight, especially in the middle of the series. A little bit different for you guys at home. So Luminosity, they go up. Got an insight of what they're feeling and what they're going into this mentally. Of course, very, very good with the reverse sweep as well yesterday over E United, but they've got to be confident, right?
Yeah, obviously they're the favorites going up against a team like Tainted Minds. We touched upon it a little bit. There should be no pressure on the side of Tainted Minds. The expectations aren't super high for them. They're not expected to do a lot here, so they should just come out and play their game. I mean, they have nothing to lose and everything to prove, and that man on your screen there, Nimble, he had a bit of a quiet game 1, but look for him to come alive as we look ahead towards this Valkyrie Search and Destroy.
Still trying to not say his name with an Australian accent. That's all I heard through Black Ops 3. I know we were both involved back during that season. We heard the likes of Maniac kind of going crazy over Nimble. But it's good to see, a player continuously at the top in their region now transition globally. I'm really interested as well. These guys are going to get the best practice they've ever had going into an event like Anaheim. It's going to be pretty special to see if they can really be pushed and even push back sometimes on some of these squads. However, that man right there, JCap, the master of CTF, of course, we will be seeing that a little later on. He really started to turn things up in game number 3, which was the catalyst kind of that reverse sweep yesterday. John right beside him as well, the start of the show. But LG, They came out with a victory yesterday. Yes, it was close, but it was such a big victory, you know, just for these guys to kind of come into the Pro League. It was the one game which, like, the predictions were torn on between the talent.
Well, yeah, we weren't sure. I mean, the same questions we had about Evil Geniuses were the same questions that we had about E-United coming into this division, right? And that win that Luminosity had over E-United yesterday is big for many reasons. One, it's nice to just get that first win out of the way. But two, you win the Game 5 in the Search and Destroy. And you heard Slacked after saying that they hadn't played it to prepare, you know, for this division, and they're just kind of going with the flow. I mean, obviously they have a lot of experience throughout the year in that game mode on all of these maps, but still you want to see how the pieces are going to fit together, and we're going to see exactly how they do on this upcoming map. If you're just joining us now, Luminosity took game 1 over Tainted Minds. It was a bit of a slow start for them, but they rebound towards the mid to late game, and now we find ourselves here. Valkyrie, Search and Destroy. It's going to be Tainted Minds on offense first. Let's see what they bring to the table.
Now, I got a few tweets yesterday, actually, after the Australian battle, and it was a few Aussies kind of just, you know, messaging and saying, watch out for Tainted Minds against the, you know, the top dogs in S&D, because they say that they're very well prepared. Some of the words that they use were like, these guys are freaks at, like, research. So I really respect that, and I hope it is, you know, a common thing. Round 1 isn't going to show that. But
they die pretty quickly.
Yeah, I hope what I'm trying to say is the preparation has been there for Tainted Minds, because let's not forget, you know, the likes of Formal and the rest of LG, these guys have played on the biggest stages in the world. This is probably like the biggest chance and biggest opportunity these 4 players from Tainted Minds have ever had in their career.
Yeah, just make a name for themselves. You know, obviously there are going to be a lot of eyes on this matchup. Everybody expecting to see, you know, if Formal's going to perform on this Luminosity lineup, but also they have a chance to really raise their stock as players, and this is really good for the Australian team to have 2 of their teams in the Pro League, but they got to make the most of the situation. They have the opportunity, and now one thing I just want to point out quickly as round 2 starts, I saw a lot of frag grenades being used by the guys on Tainted Minds. If you're going to use frag grenades at this level of play, you have to recognize that with a lot of players using armor, you could pick that grenade back up and reset the fuse timer and just throw it wherever you want. So timing those grenades is going to be crucial if they want to stick with that type of loadout.
Always a pleasure to have the Insider forever. Taking tips on the daily. LG, though, they made round 2 look as easy as round 1. May not have played Search and Destroy together, but it sounds like they've just gone into this and be like, okay, pull out the PPS.
Let's run at them and shoot them.
Let's go.
Hey, sometimes that's the best play to make, you know, just playing loose and fun, especially when you have players like John and Slacked on your team. You know, we've seen how explosive they could be, and all really Formal and JCap have to do is follow them up on the push. Make sure you're there to give them covering fire when needed, or get the trade if they're able to weaken up a player. But yeah, it's a slow start for Tainted Minds, but now we're in round number 3. They should slow things down and try to catch these aggression players from Luminosity, and there you go. John gets spotted early on. He's forced to back on up, but still, it looks like Tainted Minds are gearing up to attack this B site.
Yeah, it's big. Double nade going over the top here. John just trying to get some shots off. There's a triple stack here for LG at B, which is really interesting to see on the defense. Swifty, you're in trouble, buddy. Swift as us, you are too, but he answers back with the kill on John. And the communication there is weak. However, do they know that it's damage that they're actually attacking? Currently a bit of a 2v2 going down at B. A 1v1 here for Cap, maybe. Nimble. There's a shoulder peek, and then there's a bit of an over-shoulder peek. That one, I feel, was the ladder.
And they know bomb's down. Slack is standing right on top of it. And look, if Nimble wins that one-on-one engagement versus JCap, it opens up the entire map for Tainted Minds to work wherever they want. They can work the angles, but Sori's going to pick off Formal from behind. Damage, you knew JCap was around that area. Your teammate Nimble just died like 5 seconds ago from that player. And just like that, the final member falls for Tainted Minds. It's 3 rounds played and 3 rounds won for Luminosity.
Okay, I was very confident with Tainted Minds going into Balcast and D, and that's soon gone away. Hoping they can restore my faith. But LG looking good. I think we take the positives out of each map, and the positive right now is LG. They're looking very well structured. All 3 players of the old LG was like, yo, I'm hidden B. Almost like, I'll just chill back here. I've got your flank. And it worked out.
Yeah, look, as long as you're able to follow up your teammates, you could just do coordinated pushes wherever you want, but you just have to be coordinated with it, and that comes with team chemistry and preparation on where you want to push out on the map, and Swifty's going to change things up here. He's got a sniper rifle, but he's met by a John. John's going to force him back, and now Luminosity, as they flood up on the alley, it's Nimble here. First blood takes out John. No trade potential here for LG. Swifty repeats with the sniper, but Jacob's going to push this. He's going right down the alley. He's being aggressive here. Takes out Nimble, swaps to the machine pistol. There's the trade from damage, as now it is all down to Formal.
1v3. Let's see what he's got in the tank. This should be the first, and it will be. Just gonna put another magazine in there. 1v2, 50 seconds left, and I don't know who I was casting alongside. It might have been yourself, Revan, yesterday over LG, and you were kind of saying Octane was a play which always kind of came up clutch in maybe 1v2s and sometimes 1v3s. We'll see if Formal can do this here. The bomb is down. He's been on the squad for a day.
I was going to say, I like his movement around the map, just pre-aiming, taking things slow, checking his angles. Now, I will also say that the players from Tainted Minds, they're pretty far spread out. So these could potentially be 2 1v1s for Formal. Because he's using Mountain, he's going to get hit by that concussion grenade. And Swifty with the sniper rifle is going to finish things. So no clutch there for Formal. And Tainted Minds put up their first round of the game.
Yeah, nice shot as well from Swifty at the end there. The stun obviously took down Formal, and he couldn't really move much, but information gathered and executed very, very nicely here for Tainted Minds. Round number 5, though, as we're going to hop back into things. We're going to flip those sides. The offense will become the defense here. It'll be interesting to see if we're going to see that sniper a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe. Depends on, keep in mind they're going to be on offense coming up. You could play in that storage bunker window, maybe plant the bomb for that sniper rifle player. And yeah, he's going to stick with the sniper here, using Hunker along with Mountain. Nimble looking to initiate inside the A bomb site. This is where Tainted Minds are looking to hit. Frag grenades not being tossed on out. No connection there. First blood already coming in as Formal takes down Swiftazor. An opportunity there missed as the sniper doesn't connect for Swifty. Damage now taken fire. Nimble falls as well. And now it's all down to the sniper rifle player. A 1v4 for Swifty. There's one. Looking for the second. Expected a quick challenge. Misses the flick, and he gets punished for it. It's Luminosity. They answer back after dropping the previous round.
Yeah, smiles all around there, especially for John and Slack. Formal as well joining the club. The happy club that is, of course, LG right now 4-1 up in the Search and Destroy. They've already taken map number 1. If you're joining us late to the game, it's been pretty much LG throughout. However, the hard point, a little bit closer than I expected. Tainted Minds really pushing back on the North American squad here. Looking for their first victory after dropping a game 5 yesterday to Mindfreak is going to be Tainted Minds, but LG, they're looking to go 2-0 today. Let's see whether they can capitalize on this.
Hey, look at that. It's a smoke grenade. I like seeing those.
I think LG have got Rise last game of the day, if I'm not mistaken. So a win here would be instrumental to get some more confidence on the board.
Yeah, just a good way to start out the day and raise that confidence going into that later match in the day. But right now we're in round number 6. 2 kills go in favor of Tainted Minds, but the trades are there for Luminosity. It's down to JCap as well as Slack going up against Swifty and Nimble. The bomb over towards this B bomb site. Nimble's going to get spotted out. Slack, he's going to quickly move in from the trade, but coming around the flank, it's going to be Swifty. The opportunity could have been there as he took down JCap. Slack knows his positioning, expecting the flank. But Swifty's going to reposition, reassess the situation. So both players could actually run into each other over towards the A bomb site. Of course, airborne Hunker for Swifty means he has to take things a little bit more slowly. Slacked, he's got armored energetic, so he's also loud. But it looks like he might commit to this plan over at the B bomb site with roughly 20 seconds remaining. Swifty could come up right behind him. This might be an easy kill for him to make. Depends on where Slack wants to go with this. Backs up in towards maps.
Oh my goodness.
Does Swifty know he's here? Does he hear him?
I think he does. And you can see how slow number 1 is moving back and forth. He's kind of pre-aiming.
You just see the arrows on the mini-map.
Slacked a little bit. Oh, sometimes you don't need to take the good fight.
Don't challenge. Why would you stay there? You could back up. He has to go for the defuse. Time is on your side. Slack doesn't have to stick around for that long. Maybe feeling a bit overconfident going up against Swifty, but Swifty makes him pay for it. Wins the one-on-one, gets the defuse, and now he has some progression towards some streaks as we look ahead in this game.
I mean, Slack there, that decision, first of all, to take the shot is quite ambitious because, you peek out as soon as you see him, you're back in that doorway.
And he has no cover.
No. From there, when you take a shot, I kind of understand, the mental... he's probably thinking, as soon as I stop shooting and look away, I'm going to get shot in the side and die. But I think you shouldn't have engaged in the first place. Bit of a mishap there for LG and Slacked in particular. But they're 4-2 up. All is good still for LG. That's a round, though. You put 5-1 on the board, and you start to put this game to bed.
Yeah, but you're just giving hope to the side of Tainted Minds. You're letting them stick around. Maybe they could make Luminosity pay for it here in round number 7. It's going to be John looking to initiate, but he gets picked off. First blood. The nade to follow up. Does it connect? No, it does not. So man advantage early on to Tainted Minds. And now JCap's coming around the flank. and he dies. 4-on-2.
It's a very aggressive defense here for LG. Now a 2v1 as Formal last alive. Bomb looks like it's heading towards A. 35 seconds left on the clock. If Formal can stop the bomb going down, that'd be massive. I think he might have just spotted one as well. He's on the other side of the bomb. Not gonna happen. Shot in the back, and we're going to see back-to-back rounds for Tainted Minds, and suddenly this game looks a little bit closer.
Yeah, only one round separating both these teams now, as Tainted Minds, they've been able to rattle off 2 in a row. And something I've also seen is the majority, or at least more than half of the players on Tainted Minds are actually using Mountain. So I'm not sure if they think that streaks are in play on the side of LG, but either way, they want those silent footsteps. And everybody on Luminosity, they've been using loud classes, maybe trying to play off some sound cues in-game. Either way, now only one round separating both these teams. As we look ahead to round number 8, it's going to be Luminosity here on the offensive side of things. They're looking to stop the bleeding and put themselves on map point.
Okay, well, LG, can they bite back, or is Tainted Minds going to get 3 in a row? Swifty could be a huge factor, or he could be complete opposite. John's going to take out 2. That's a nice start there for LG. Bomb looking towards A, but Formal, he's on the flank. He's going to find damage with ease, and that's going to be 5-3.
You had a chance with the sniper to get that first blood, to get that first pick onto John, but unfortunately the shot just off by a little bit. And Luminosity make them pay for it. Finally, they stop playing around, and it's a very convincing round. I don't think they dropped a single player there. There's Luminosity there on map point, looking to go up 2-0 in the series.
Let's jump back into the game. Let's see if LG can find that final round. Of course, we need 3 back-to-back for Tainted Minds to even tie up the series here, but it looks like this time Cappy's got to be watching the flank. 3 players of John, Formal, and Slacks heading over to B. Is this a new strategy? Are they going to push through?
They are. They did this previously in the game, but John was met with some aggression. This time around, nobody inside storage, but outside the front door, it's going to be damage. Could find good timing here, able to at least trade his life out, but 2 fall in the meantime for Tainted Minds. Now no longer Swiftazor is dead. Damage is dead. It's down to Nimble and Swifty. The map hope for Tainted Minds lies with these 2.
You know, it's Formal who picks up the important kill previously and doesn't get traded. This time Slacked is going to be punished for peeking out a little bit too much here. JCap's on the flank, and Formal's looking to wrap round.
Spots him. Easy shots for Formal. Now it's a 1v2 for Swifty.
I'd expect Swifty to maybe try and grab this bomb. He's very close to it, but it looks like he's going on the hunt. He's been spotted. Cap says no, that's going to be round number 6. Luminosity Gaming are going to take the map, go 2-0 up in the series. But again, pushed a little bit towards the end there. A convincing S&D at the end of the day in 6-3. Tainted Minds 2-0 down. It's difficult. After a Game 5 loss yesterday, they've got to really muster something up here.
Yeah, there was some hope for Tainted Minds in that search and destroy, but unable to run away with it.
LG, Tainted Minds. We've got CTF coming up after this quick break. Guys, do not go anywhere to see these North American teams go up against these Australians. We'll be right back. Australia's already lost one series, of course, in Mindfreak. Our Tainted Mind's going to do the reverse sweep onto LG. It's looking unlikely. I, of course, am joined by Revan for this wonderful Game 2 of today here on Wednesday. And LG, they're 2-0 up. It's looking good here. Are they going to close it out on CTF, Revan?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, too.
Not a whole lot of positives to take away from the Tainted Minds camp. I mean, they were able to hang with Luminosity for the majority of the hard point, but unable to maintain with the pace towards the late game. And then Search and Destroy, really from start to finish, it was all Luminosity. Maybe some glimmers of hope here and there for Tainted Minds, especially when you clutch that 1v2, but unable to really carry it forward and build off that momentum. And now we find ourselves here at Momo, map number 3, Flak Tower, capture the flag. And unfortunately for you Tainted Mind fans out there, I think this is where the series ends.
Well. Luminosity, are you going to end it in 3? You're going to start today off with a bang. You've, of course, got a little bit more of a difficult opponent coming up later, which is Rise Nation. Currently, what a lot, and myself will say, the best team in the world.
It's a fair statement.
I think LG close out here. What I would love to see, though, is Nimble, Swifty, Swiftazors, and Damage to cause an upset. Always nice to see, you know, these North American teams, which have dominated for so long, be pushed. Nimble and Damage kick things off with one apiece.
Oh, but the trades are there as 3 fall for Luminosity, 2 fall for the side of Tainted Minds. And now Nimble wasting no time, trying to immediately put pressure onto that Luminosity flag. They spawn him out over towards the big gun. Damage is here to back up the push as Nimble's going to reposition towards the back of the base. Slack rips Damage off that heady, and now looking for this final kill as Nimble's just looking to be annoying in the back of Luminosity's base. As he falls, Swifty's here to try to continue to put on pressure, but really this offensive push is all but dead. Luminosity stabilized on the defensive end, and now they could look to push on up and establish some map control.
And London Docks hardpoint, sorry, what am I talking about? London Docks CTF is a map mode where you see a lot of flags. CTF Flak Tower, you sometimes will go your 3-4 minutes without a flag. It's very back and forth. Those second and third wave of kills are so crucial. And, you know, no matter how good you are, in the Pro League, the competition is very, very strong. So we may have to wait a couple of minutes to see a flag come out, but currently, Formal without a kill. He's going to have to step it up, 0 and 3 as he comes off spawn. Let's jump on board with Formal and see what he's up to.
Okay, as we swap over to Formal, actually go down his base. Oh, Swiftazor. Getting a little bit scary there for you. Luckily, Nimble's there to bail you out, but the flag has been pulled, but he's all alone. No support here. Should be taken down momentarily. There you go. Once again, Luminosity, they're going to stabilize in their base. Now they could look to push on out, but Swifty may be able to sneak behind enemy lines, just proning, crawling through the outskirts. One player right off respawn. Fresh off respawn, that's John as he gets picked up. Now you have an offensive push well and alive for Tainted Minds. Nimble's there for the trade. It's all up to Slack, and players coming off respawn here for Luminosity.
Yeah, JCast with him, so this flag is definitely not home and safe like some of the flag pulls we've seen before. Damage, though. He puts Slack to belt. The flag's gonna stop, and it's JCap with the double as he does return the flag as well. He's not only a master cap to the flag, he just seems to step it up in every sense in this game mode. Madness upon madness here for JCap. When you go positive, apparently LG, they win something crazy like 90% of their CTFs, according to JP, our stat man. And so far, he's 5 and 3.
Shout out to JP, just recently graduated college as well. We love your website, and I love your stats. Keep doing it, please. And speaking a bit more about JCap, just his situational awareness when it comes down to this game mode is really second to none, but he walks right past one player. Swiftazor is going to let him sneak by, and JCap turns around. Swiftazor thought he got spotted, so he commits to the fight. And now Luminosity know there's somebody lingering in the back of their base. It's going to be Formula here to back on up, but there's also pressure going down at the Tainted Minds base. Is the pressure going to be dealt with? For the time being, it's held off at the Tainted Minds base. Formal gets the return, so both teams hold on to their side of the map, and now it's a battle once again for middle map control.
Okay, well, 2 minutes left here in the CTF. If Tainted Minds want anything here, they've got to continue this lane. Nimble, for me, is really been a shining star for this squad, not only today, but yesterday too, even though they came out with a loss. He really is, I think, that player that can heat up and maybe push some of these teams and even pick up a W here and there. And now this is Tainted Minds on the offense.
Okay, so starting to set up a push. You see they have their lanes spread out, but they're not finding the kills to back it on up. As Luminosity pick up all 4 members of Tainted Minds, they can now comfortably push up on the map. Non-stop sprinting for 7.5 seconds. Once that first player spawns up, you start to slow things down. You're like, okay, we have a checkpoint on the map. Let's try to maintain this forward position and see if we can get some kills so we can potentially get a flag pull out. See from the sky camera, actually going down in all lanes of the map. It's John pushed up in the Tainted Minds lobby. Still maintaining forward position. Spots Damage. Can't win that engagement. but sneaking on through. It's going to be Nimble through the gun side of the map. He takes down Formal, and now we can clearly see one player sneaking for Luminosity. That's slacked. Keep him highlighted. We'll see if anything goes down over near the Tainted Minds base. But it's just going to be Luminosity. They're looking for a couple kills, so that slacked can commit to the flagpole.
Nimble, once again, making some moves. He's going to find another, but John, the PPSC, so strong here. The flag will be pulled, but maybe, just maybe, we could see a bit of a stalemate coming into this. We've got Slack running down, Cap with a huge kill, because what that means is the flag's going to be coming to him. Cap with another, which is going to enable the return if number 6 Formal gets on it. Yes, he will. That flag's running home and dry, and it was Slacked with the flag, Formal with the return, but it was all JCap.
Yeah, JCap's able to find some crucial kills there for Luminosity, and Slack put himself in a great position to make a play happen. And look, that flag run was going to get nothing done for Tainted Minds because in that situation, Formal spawned out over near the big gun side of the map. So they had all lanes covered, forced to go down the middle of the map. And here's a relay happening for Luminosity. JCap has the flag in hand. He's on a 4-spree, looking to acquire some score streaks as the last player pushed up for Tainted Minds falls in damage. This is certainly a flag cap for Luminosity, and it's going to be them going into the half with a 2-0 lead.
Took 4 minutes to find one. It took 5 minutes to find two. LG, they really just put a sucker punch in. It's like a boxing match, and it's all even. And then right before the bell, hit with a haymaker right there, and Tainted Minds there. They're going to be feeling it in this little 2-minute break.
All right. So first thing I want to do as we jump into the half is see JCap. I want to say if he has any streaks, I think he's maybe like 25 points away from the glide bomb. Either way, he's going to be looking to earn them. Could drastically change the pace. Okay, so he has the glide bomb, 100 from the artillery barrage, and then 125 away from the fighter pilot. JCap looking to secure those tier 2 and tier 3 score streaks. So to put Luminosity in an even more comfortable position for the rest of the game. But it's Tainted Minds. They're off to a strong start once again, beginning this half off, stacking the wood side of the map, which is where JCap is located. This could be a big kill for Nimble to make, and he does. He shuts down JCap, so only a glide bomb will be available for Luminosity for the time being. But still, you got to get past John. He's able to trade his life out. And in CTF, it's going to favor the defenders, right? When they spawn up, the reinforcements are so quick just to rotate back and deal with the pressure that Tainted Minds brought on. It's going to be up to Swifty to keep that offensive push alive, while Luminosity, they start to venture out on the map and look to establish control.
I see John once again continuing the strong defense here and pushing out. And again, it's incredible. 29 interactions, more than anyone in the lobby. And you'll hear me say that about pretty much every respawn with LG. He is, you know, for me, one of the best in the games as an individual. And he really is showing his worth. Formal with a snapper onto damage. It seems to all just be crumbling right now, Revan.
Yeah, one by one, Tainted Minds are falling apart. It's down to Nimble as he falls. This is a flag pull for Luminosity. They have control of the boardwalk side of the map. Slack is watching the overextension. They have all the lanes covered. They're even going to use a glide bomb here just to see if anybody was sneaking through. This is 100% a flag cap for Luminosity. Formal actually re-earned a glide bomb, so JCap used his. And now John with that flag cap, he's looking to earn some streaks as well. It's a party on the Luminosity squad right now.
I think that was like 9 kills to 2 in favor of Luminosity, and one of those 2s was a team kill. Tainted Minds just really have kind of fell off the momentum, and I don't blame them. They're 2-0 down, they go toe-to-toe for 4 minutes, and then an extra couple finds themselves with glide bombs on their head, 3 flags down, and suddenly it's not looking so pretty here.
No, I'm thinking the scoreline in the game is going to reflect the series score in just a little bit, but wait, here we go. 3-4 for Luminosity, make it all 4 down. This could be the moment where Tainted Minds get some momentum behind them. It's going to be Swift and Zora pushing on forward, but he wants to wait. You see where his teammates are located on the map. They're not yet set up for a pinch onto that Luminosity base, and this is where teams run into trouble on a map like Flag Tower CTF. Getting the second, getting that third wave of kills to secure yourself, getting that flag pull, and getting back safely is so tough to do.
Okay, well, continuing here with 2.5 minutes left on the clock. LG, they're just biding their time here. Every 10, 15, 20 seconds that goes by is just that one step closer to a 3-0 victory. Put it in the bank here and save it for a little later on. It's going to come in handy. Tainted Minds, though, they're about to pick up their second loss of the Pro League, and a lot of people are going to look at that and see 0-2. For me, I see a Game 5 versus Mindfree. I see them in the hard point, pushing the likes of Luminosity. I do see positives for this Tainted Minds squad, but Luminosity, they're a different beast, Revan. The question is, how far can LG really go? Can they, you know, be the best?
Yeah, that's the question. It's going to take a lot more practice. I will say, from what we've seen from them, so far in their 2 matches. No, they're not looking like the best, but the potential's there, the talent's there. Just got to find a way to make the pieces fit. You figure that, eventually, maybe when we get to like maybe Anaheim or closer to Stage 2 playoffs, we might see the final form for this Luminosity squad. But back into the action here. It's going to be a 4th flag cap for Luminosity as they haven't looked back since that very first flag cap of the game. A minute and a half remaining. Things not looking good for Tainted Minds at all.
It's difficult, Revan, to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. They started strong. They've started to crumble. Swift Azor's -11. We've got Swifty, -7. Nimble's neutral, and damage is pretty much the same. But Luminosity, they've made the calculated plays. They've got the streaks when needed. We see a lot of teams be one-off streaks, be like 2-off streaks, or anything in between. And LG, when they were close, they've always capitalized in this match. Slacked is 3 kills away from making it all players 20 on their team. But with 50 seconds left here, I think it's almost where you start to just wrap it up and you think, hopefully Tainted Minds don't let this get to them.
Yeah, it's mathematically impossible in the sense of time, right? It's going to take more than 40 seconds to cap these 4 flags against Luminosity. Even if they just drop their controllers, stop playing, don't use their score streaks, I don't think there'd even be enough time for Tainted Minds to make this happen. Unfortunately, they're going to drop 0-3 against Luminosity, but they were the heavy underdogs coming to the series, and like we were kind of painting the picture for you guys at home, there's not a lot of pressure on them. They have everything to prove and nothing to lose. This is, quite frankly, the expected result of this series. Luminosity, the better team going into this one. They should be winning this one 3-0, as that's a nice 3-piece from Slack to close this one out. And just like you were talking about, what seems like 20 seconds ago, now everybody on Luminosity over 20 kills.
Yeah, Slack actually steals the top slayer there. Everyone 21, Slack 22. Who cares who has the most kills? LG come out with a hot 3-0, another victory under their belt. And for Formal, again, I think this is just confidence building. Yeah. These are the games which, very well could go the other way. Let's say yesterday and maybe lose one and that play in his mind. But they're getting the victories and they're growing as a squad. So when they maybe go up against Rise a little later on, very, very tough. Do they give them a good run for their money? I think so. It's one to watch. It's obviously our 5th game of the day. But from myself and Revan and Tainted Minds and Luminosity, that's going to close things out here. I wanted more from Slacked and Formal in this series. I think, I'm happy with the way they performed.
Yeah, Slacked had a massive map 1 victory, and then really everybody pitched in when it came down to the search and destroy. And, I'm going to say it, keep an eye on this Luminosity squad. Each game they play means more experience under their belt and with each other. I think as this division progresses, they're just going to get better and better. And I think we're very far away from seeing the final form of this Luminosity team.
That's a scary thought, Revan. What is the final form of LG? John?
Is it them raising a trophy?
I think that's a potential. I really, really do. And there's only a couple more trophies to lift. There's Anaheim, there's Stage 2 playoffs, there's Call of Duty World Championships. There's 3 left. Is LG going to be one to raise a trophy between now and the end of the season? Will Formal be able to rub it in the faces of the green wall a little bit? We'll, of course, have to wait and see. But Tainted Minds, they're going to be 3-0'd here in this one. We'll see you after the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty World League presented by the PlayStation 4. It's day 2, week 1 for Division B gameplay. And so far, we've seen the 2 Australian teams play early on here for day 2. Of course, the last match that we just saw, LG, the Swift 3-0 over Tainted Minds. And obviously, before the series started, I asked your predictions. Nameless, you said 3-0. Chance, you said 3-1, maybe. You were feeling 3-0, though. You were a little generous towards the search and destroy. And the search was a little interesting, of course. Falcon, we saw some sniper play there as well.
Well, the thing for me is yesterday it was what Tainted Minds played against Mindfreak on Valk S&D and beat him 6-1, and they looked incredible. The problem I think they had today was like Swifty with the sniper. He kept it out the entire game, and he had 1 kill, I think, with it. It was like in a 1v4. The number of first bloods that where he just missed the shot, and I'm not saying they're incredibly easy shots, but at this level, you have to connect on at least 50% of those. He kept missing. He never put it away. They ended up losing like 6-3. I think if he just doesn't snipe that entire game, or maybe keep it out for 1 round, it's at least closer. Like, John was making some pretty cool plays for first blood. Formal had a couple nice first blood, so it's not guaranteed. But the only map I thought Tainted Minds had a chance, they never made any sort of adjustment. They just struggled the entire time, and LG just kind of picked them apart.
Of course, here's a look at how the series went. 250-195, the hardpoint 6-3 search, and the 4-0 CTF on Flaktar. LG take it 3-0. And I mean, you look at the scoreline, it's not exactly massively convincing, but it is a 3-0 win. And it does beg the question, the LG we're watching right now, Nameless, if you kind of said their final form, how close to that do you think they are right now?
I think we need to see more. I mean, right now, LG is 2-0, so they've done what they needed to do.
True.
They beat United, who is a formidable opponent. United is definitely a talented and a really intellectual team when it comes to Call of Duty. So they've done their job. I think Formal needs to step it up a little bit. We've seen him struggle a bit in that first hard point. But what you got going for you if you're LG is Slack's playing really good. John's playing really good. If Formal and Cap kind of come into like their best form in this game, this can be a championship team. We don't know how good they are yet. I think we need to see this match versus Rise tonight. If they win that, they're a championship team.
Nameless is pretty much right. Like, we want to see Formal go like God mode and play like he has for the past 3 years. But at the same time, like, if you got John who's shredding, maybe just having like an average stat line is just better. Maybe that's what like the team needs. So it's tough to say. Need to see him against Rise. Need to see them against everybody. We just need more information.
Because they could very well be that in their final form right now. We don't know.
We just don't know.
They're 2-0. We need to see more of them. I think this match will tell a lot that we see them play tonight.
The game at the end of the evening, of course, LG versus Rise. That is going to tell a lot. Get a lot of answers for this LG squad, and of course, at Rise as well. But here's what's still to come. Complexity versus Unilad next on Main Stage, following